Hello, my name is Marius Beck. I'm the AI lead for Forgotten Empires, and I'm working on the Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition.
And I'm Matthew Turk, working for the same company, obviously. Community manager over there as well.
Matthew, talk about what you're showing here, specifically at E3 2019.
So 2019, it's been absolutely massive thus far. The brief's been absolutely great. We got to see so many games. Obviously for us, the big thing to push is Age of Empires Definitive Edition. We're in the second one now, so that makes things really, really easy for us because we're just absolutely loving it. We come from the community as a company as well, so it's making sure we hit all the groups as best as possible and making sure everyone gets what they want out of this.
So we live in a world of remasters and re-releases and HD remasters. What goes into doing something like this from a coding perspective?
Yeah, it's actually quite a big effort, especially for such an old game like this. Like, that's the thing about remasters. You work on code which is, in this case, 20 years old actually. It's an anniversary year this year. And that is very difficult to write. Like, even if you just completed your studies and you go into it, you're not prepared for some of the older code, and that's has its own challenges.
Especially now, since like everyone's using like Unity or Unreal. Back then, almost every engine was proprietary.
Exactly. So we have the Genie engine actually, which was created by Ensemble Studios, which created the game back then, and that is of course very different in terms of how it's set up compared to Unreal Engine, and so that has its challenges. It's fun.
So can you talk about some of the new features and visuals that you're showing here for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition?
So obviously the big part of it was to push the Ultra HD side of things. The 2D graphics from the original just stuck around amazingly. People still play it today, and that's the big thing we kind of wanted to honor. So keeping it in kind of that same kind of style, but at the same time really bringing it towards the Ultra HD, really pushing the graphics and showing exactly what the game can be, because there's so many different civilizations. We're up to 35 now, a lot of those as well. So many architecture stacks across them as well, so you have just options after options in terms of design. And then it was really just pushing things for the multiplayer community, making sure the people that love bashing up on the AI, as you were saying before, getting the AI ready. So I think even at top level, you were saying, it actually mimics a lot of the current meta as well. So it's just making sure everyone can jump in there, everyone can have a good time.
Did you implement machine learning at all in this game?
Machine learning is actually not used in this. It's a conscious decision, because machine learning is kind of hard to control, and especially you cannot change anything about it anymore once you started it. And so in this case, the AI is completely designed and to follow the professional playing strategies. So it's actually following a certain meta. And on the highest difficulty level, which is called extreme, the AI does actually not cheat at all. So, and it's still very difficult to defeat. For us, we were seasoned veterans and we played some games, and we lost. So we also recently got better and won, but it's definitely a tough competition. Yeah.
How much percentage-wise of the old code was actually usable, and how much did you have to rewrite entirely?
Okay, so when I think about that, so for the AI engine itself, which we have, we added about probably 70% is new and 30% is of the old engine. And then we created a completely new AI script with completely its own decision making, basically, which is very different from what it used to be. And it just makes for more fun games in all difficulty levels.
Is this coming out on console? Or just PC?
No news with console yet.
No, that's not a no. He said yet. He said, you heard it here, folks. Not yet.
Haven't heard anything yet. We're still waiting for everything on that angle there. So we'll see how it goes. No promises or anything said, but at this stage, not that we know.
So when does the game come out, and what platforms will it be on?
So at this stage, it's going to be on Steam and Windows Store. Going to be running crossplay between the two as well, because the idea has been always to get that community together, have that one big ball we can work with from them. At this stage, we're looking at fall this year.